have adventures, and we're really lucky in this country. We can get on that river and just go about whenever we want, and not really, generally not having to bypass it. Okay, that's it. Anything else?
Sure.
Sir. That applause means something, Terry. So
So in the last two issues of Hover News, there's been an article in there that you, Dean, and I wrote about the cruise to Mississippi in '79.
Great article.
Thank you. Tell us in your own words, Mike, what it was like having to do the meals for us on that trip.
as I think I said in the article, Bob was pretty laid back about this stuff, and so I called him and said, Bob called me and says, "You want to go?" Yeah, well, I guess so. And so I airline up, and I call Bob and I say, "What I need to bring?" "Well, what do you want to bring?" "Do I need to bring a sleeping bag?" "Yeah." "A tent?" "Well, that'll be okay." And and I could not understand what the situation was going to be on the hover. Okay, so I brought everything. I had 2 packs, and I'm sure when I met them at the Arch, Bob saw me come down the hill with those 2 packs and threw up.
I promise you that.
So I get on board and we greet and so on, and I'm kind of figuring out what we're going to do, and it's disorganized. So I said, "Okay, everybody, take a corner, that's yours, and keep all your stuff there, keep it out of the way." And there's an ice chest there, and it's a metal Coca-Cola ice chest, probably worth $300 today. And I open the top, and there's some green bologna floating in milky ice water.
That is what's in the back of my truck right now. I swear to God.
You like that? You like that,
I
huh?
swear to God, that's what I brought. It's green now.
Hold on.
It's not green yet, but I promise you it will be.
And so I thought, I'm going to cook on this trip. And I said, "Well, you got any pots and pans?" "No." "Well, what are you going to cook?" "Oh, we've been eating at McDonald's or Burger King." Okay, so I'm gonna cook. So we stop at a secondhand place, and I get a skillet, and we have a Coleman stove on board, and so I prepared meals from down and back. Well, y'all know Bob has sweet tooth.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know this time, but I figured it out. So about 10 o'clock each morning, I'd pass up cookies to Bob. Bob's up in the cockpit up front. I'd pass up cookies, and I saw, cookies and milk. So I got some instant milk. I saw the instant milk go like this. Cookies will do. Okay. So we get into. I say, "Bob, what are you going to do in New Orleans?" He said, "Turn around and come back." I said, "Oh, we can't do that." So we go to New Orleans, and I talk them into spending 2 nights with it, I think. And so they got a hotel room. We got a rent car. Bob slept on the hover down in the quarter there at the Jackson Square. And I closed down Pat O'Brien's. And I found there was a party there, birthday party. And so I figured out, I don't know if you record this or not. I figured out who the birthday boy was, and I went over and said, "Frank, happy birthday, man." He said, "Yeah, you joined the party?" I said, "Yeah, it's pretty good." "Well, get a drink." "Okay." So the party's kind of winding down, and they order a giant hurricane, this tall, hurricane glass, And so people are straws sipping out of it, I'm sipping out of it. I have no place to go, So finally the party ends, and this hurricane's about half empty. You cannot drink okay. One of the guys there has a piece of surgical tubing, and he's siphoning this surgical tubing. He says, "You get low enough, you don't even have to suck." I said, "If we had a basketball needle, you could just mainline it." Okay, so about midnight, 1 o'clock, we start kind of, trying to quit dragging a little bit. one of the guys weighs about 250. I only weighed about 180 at that time. About 250 is passed out. I mean, he's out. He's gone. And the other guy, he probably weighs 150. We're talking biology stuff, and one of the waiters comes and said, "You got to get your buddy out of here." I said, "I don't know this guy. You got to get your buddy out of here. We're going to close the patio." Okay. About 10 minutes later, he comes in, "Got to get your buddy out of here. We're going to close the patio." So I'm trying to wake this guy up. He's gone. Ice down the back of his shirt, nothing. Ice in his pants, nothing. So I tell the other guy, I say, "You got a car?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, where is it?" He said, "Well, you go out in the front, you go to the left, no, you go to the right, and go down one block." I said, "Okay, I'll tell you what." I said, "I'll meet you out at front in 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. So I get this guy, I'm trying to get him, I can't get him, I mean, he's gone. I get him in fireman's carry. Well, the patio at Pat O'Brien's is not level.
Oh.
It's flagstone, rocks, And so I'm weaving my way down through there. I get into the hallway, and so I'm bumping up against the wall so I don't fall. And somebody in the bar says, "Oh, look at that, he's taking his buddy home." I said, "Okay, I guess I am." I step outside, and sure enough, here comes this guy in the car, a Pinto. And so I lay this guy down, I get down right next to the ground, and I don't have the leverage. His head, whomp, hits the sidewalk. Oh, man, he's going to have a headache in the morning. So the other guy goes around the other side of the car, and we extrude him through the door into the back seat. He closes the door, and I wave at him, and they drive off. I guess they made it home or not. The rent car was down at the Moonwalk, got in the back seat, slept until about 9 o'clock when the sun came in and mosquitoes started biting me.
Yeah.
Day went on. Yeah, the last story was they come to me and they say, "We're tired of this good food. We want some junk food." So 1979 or so, I take $20 down, last of our money, and we buy $20 of junk food. Ding dongs, Hostess Twinkies. I mean, just on. I bought some cherries for me. They didn't eat them, so no problem. Those were gone in 18 hours. I mean, gone. They just, Anyway, that was my trip. Oh, then when we got back to the arch, they let me off, and Bob starts unloading the kitchen. The pots, the pans, the extra food, all that stuff. And he leaves it right there on the... If somebody will pick it up. And I said, "I guess so." And they head upstream, and a friend comes and picks me up and takes me to the airport. Go back. Only seat they had was first class. So I'm 2 weeks on the river, sitting first class, sipping some wine, and this lady next to me, "Well, what you been doing?" "Well, I went down the river." Okay. My wife's not here, and I would applaud her for this. I came home, been gone for 2 weeks. She took me to a different house. She had moved out of one house and moved into another. I'd call her every few days. I had no idea that she was moving. I mean, she transitioned to phones and everything. Okay, that's it. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Thank you.
Mary Ann said she was going to harass me and ask hard questions. I'm glad she did it.
You don't want that.
To the people that have not ever experienced a trip like that in the Dodge Motel, Dean, all the way across the country, it's priceless. I mean, it was just totally priceless, and I would do it again tomorrow if he was there. So,
And thanks to whoever brought all the pictures of Bob and put them up by the Gonna look good on my shop wall.
God, the Dodge Motel trip. Oh my God, that was terrible.
I remember we were at a rally one time, and Bob didn't come in until 2:00 in the morning, and he had the doors roped shut. The van had a low tire
Yes, sir.
and skidded, and he set it down about 5 miles an hour, and that rim hit one of the cracks in the concrete and just flipped it over.
We were heading up the Portage up here in the Wisconsin River. He just finished a brand new wooden 16 with Subaru on the back. And yeah, he'd been up all day, of course, been up all, getting ready for the rally. And he had to drive. We were all too young, dude. And so he'd been up for who knows how long. Got a little tired that night and fell asleep and come over into the rumble strip and swerved for one of those little fluorescent posts there, and the van slowly rolled over. Every door on that thing come open and rolled over. But yeah, there's the hover sitting sideways in the interstate with no lights on at night. So we were all pretty lucky. We rode back home. A Walmart truck driver put us all in the back of the sleeper cab.
Oh yeah.
And rode back to the Shamrock right there by Bob's house in Cordova. And next morning, not all the parents let the kids go again. Loaded back up into his Pontiac Bonneville and went back up, brung some oil, brung some tires, and showed up a day late. Made it. And he's short.
At the end of the Lewis and Clark trip, we were coming back. We were trying to get back to Cordova before the banks closed on Saturday because Bob was going to Oshkosh on Sunday. Okay. So we drove 2,700 miles back from Astoria, and we got stopped. A wheel came off of the van. Came off. And a UPS driver says, "I know where your wheel is, down by the railroad track." and I got right into town, called Lane. She arranged, got us all together, and we got some studs put back on it. We headed on back, and I was laying in the bottom of the van sleeping, and it pulls over, and you know why I stopped you? I thought, oh, I'm asleep. I don't have anything to do with this. You got a headlight out, and yeah, I said we're about through, and said, well, can I see your registration and insurance? And so Bob starts digging in the bottom of the van, the detritus in the bottom of the can. It's in here someplace, and the police officer says, yeah, I bet it is. Yeah, I bet it is. He said, you need to get that fixed. Oh yeah, I said, we're almost home. Get it fixed. What happened to your license plate? The license plate on the trailer, we only had the middle third of the license plate. Yeah. Anyway, we got him home 11:30. When the wheel came off, the part of the brake line in the rear, we bent it over and put a vice grips on it. Okay. And Bob says, most of your stopping power is done by your front tires anyway. So we probably drove another 1,000 miles to Cordova, and I think it was 6 months before he fixed that. And the only reason he fixed it, I think, is he needed the vice grips.
How many hovers could Bob stack on that van?
Well, we had 2 on the roof, 10-footers. Right. And then 2 on the trailer and 1 above those 2. So we had a record of 5 on the back of that poor van.
Remember the roof held about 50 gallons of water.
Yes,
Take us all swimming on Sundays, and that one big hill there, what was that, St. Mary's Hill?
Yeah.
He would lock up the brakes to see how far we could slide down it, and all of his kids would get up on the back. There's all those benches that he had all his models on, and we get up there and slide off of it, and it was just a pile of kids right behind Bob.
He always ripped the seats out of his van and made bunk beds in the back. Fits more kids. And we'd ride on the top bunk and slam on his brakes where we were going on the hill. And the kids would wind up in the front of the van.
There was one of the floorboards that were so rusted out, there's a big hole, and we'd all just sit and watch them.
Throw stuff down and watch.
When we were kids,
Jumping off the high
Bob had a Plymouth. I think it belonged to my parents anyway. Had a hole through the floor, and the brakes didn't work, and the clutch slipped. So we had two guys in the trunk. We'd come to a stop. We'd open the trunk, get out, and start pushing, get them going. Jump back in the trunk, and people were behind us, seeing this going on. And then we'd stop. The brakes didn't work as good, so one of the guys jammed a 2x4 through the ground, through the hole. And I mean, you know, he wouldn't. I said, Bob, it needs a new clutch. Yeah, I'll get it around.
Is that the one you guys drove off the pier?
No, that's the one. He drove the Canada. He drove that vehicle to Canada once. I didn't go with on that trip, but that was the story. I mean, they made it back within 8 miles of Chicago, and I think it was running on 2 cylinders. They actually stopped once and took the pan down, pulled the piston down, threw it away, put the pan back on. They got a rod knock, so you know what Bob did? This was before. I think it still had 4 cylinders. You guys didn't care about this? Well, anyway, he took the pan down, and at first he was going to just pull the piston out, but he didn't do that. He took the voltage regulator cover off because the bearing had spun, the thing was knocking. He made a Babbitt bearing out of the cover of the voltage regulator.
Oh my gosh.
He put it in there, and then they made another couple 100 miles on that. And then it got so bad that that's when he pulled the piston out and threw it away. They were down to, and then the engine was almost froze up. It leaked so bad they had gallons and gallons of water. They had guys just pouring it in there. And I mean, this started out in Canada, and they made it all the way back within 8 miles of Chicago. And finally, he had a gas pedal on the floor, and it was always doing about 8 miles an hour. And he was on the tollway, you know, everybody's flying by, and he was off the edge, you know. He kept going, and finally it just stopped.
I understand 8
That,
miles.
that was
8 miles an hour. We had a drive shaft bearing go out in the van, and I think we went 300 miles at 8. It's like, are you kidding me? We just on the side of the road, 8. The bearing was, oh my God. Took forever.
Yeah,
What-
that's
what
one
was-
trip, I guess I'm glad I wasn't on it.
What was the story about running out of gas and running the hover to push the van into the gas station?
Where in the hell was that? I'm
It was
sure
on top of the van. They just started to hover up.
One time, Bob got a flat.
Put it in
We
neutral.
pulled in the gas station. That's back when they were real rubber tires, so you could go a little distance on them without them white them out. Anyway, we went in a garbage can back there. We took the tire off, popped it off the rim, stuffed it full of newspapers. Put back on the car, and we just made it up.
A run flat.
this is where the $900.
I mean, if we would have drove
rent
home, believe it or not, that newspaper was enough packed in there that made it home without having didn't have any money or anything to buy a tire or fix it or whatever. But that's the kind of stuff Bob did.
I could never tie down the upper going up the sprint. You always just thrust the engine and pull them
Oh yeah, turn the engine on.
up. Yeah. I lost one on his ramp.
I didn't like going on trips with him because, you know, he was out in California, I was out there, and he took the hover, he went out to Catalina Island. I didn't go on that trip because, I forget, they had a couple of friends in Chicago came out, you know, and they wanted to go with them. And I didn't say nothing. Have you seen electric wires on his hovercraft, you know? Anyway, they were about halfway out to Catalina, and all of a sudden the thing quit. I think he crawled under there and played with the wires, and they got it going again, you know? And then all of a sudden they didn't know where they were at. And Bert and the guy says, well, how are we going to find our way? We can't see land. He says, in about 10 minutes, he says, a jet will fly by, and we just watch where it goes, and it's going to the island. They did. They just started the engine.
Brilliant.
And then he went
Brilliant.
27 miles, I think, from
Yeah.
LA to the island itself. So that's another trip I'm glad I didn't go on. Because the ocean would be nasty.
Who is going to do the Great Circle? I didn't see any hands.
Me.
I would like to experience that now.
Let me know and I'll support you.
Me and track.
What are you going to take? When are you going to go? Where are you going to start?
It's going to be something awesome.
Huge.
Very big.
Huge.
A UH-28. Travis, what are you going to take?
I want to build like a 34-foot.
I'm sorry, Bill, what's that?
34-foot flip top subframe. Yeah,
When? What's the question?
You need to make it so you can trade it.
How about a UH? Oh.
Connor's taking it.
Yeah, you need to Great Lakes.
Great Lakes. We're going to do something very serious next year. We're going to go from Rockford, Illinois. We do have a hovercraft. It crosses everywhere. Yeah. Well, kind of. Once you get to the Gulf.
How are you going to go down East Coast or West or down Mississippi?
We're going to go down the Rock River. We have permission to go around 3 of the dams. The only one that we can't get around yet is the Steelhead Dam in the Mississippi. But I'll get permission to get around. And then we're going down the Mississippi into the Gulf, and then we're going to take the intercoastals all the way to Key West. Whoever wants to come. That'll be next summer. We're thinking like just before hurricanes.
You need a UH-31 to do that in.
Oh God, someone.
He's going to stop to get gas, and they're going to say, "Are you Bill?" We heard you were coming. There's a party going on.
Did you ever consider going over toward Kentucky Lake and going down that way? Where I like a lot of great just like to go that way.
Yeah, but it's got so many dams. And it is more simple. But you don't want to go on 30 miles. When you get one that's like, you're going 7.
Oh, that rain on it.
But there's a lot of them. You got Ohio.
I got beer.
There's quite a network you can run of the Tennessee, the Ohio, all that.
Yeah, Ohio, you can almost get to Washington, D.C. It'd be a short portage.
The Allegheny. All right, I think that ends our live view of tonight's guest speaker. Thank you for joining us with this Harbor Club of America World Cruise Day 2 or 3. I can't remember. Anyway, y'all have a good night. John Carter signing off.